Hello, and welcome to this World Frenemies video. Today, in part 2 of Georgia and its rebel states, we are going to take a look at the other unrecognized de facto country within Georgia, South Ossetia. The three main characters of this story are Georgia, Russia, and South Ossetia. We introduced the first two in the last video, so if you haven't watched it, please do. Links are above and in the description. Let's introduce South Ossetia. Similar to Abkhazia, South Ossetia is an unrecognized de facto country Georgia claims it owns. They have a quite small population of around 54,000 people and a land area of around 3,900 square kilometers. So, how did the conflict of South Ossetia came to be? Even though historically, the area of South Ossetia has been part of Georgia and later the Russian Empire, the people there, Ossetians, have mostly retained their ethnic identity and weren't thrilled about Georgian dominance. The conflict between the Ossetians and Georgians began after the Russian Revolution in 1918 when landless Ossetian peasants demanded ownership of the lands they worked. They managed to kill 3 Georgian princes in the process, but ultimately failed. And when Georgia formed a Soviet republic in 1922, South Ossetia was incorporated as an autonomous oblast. However, many traditional Georgian lands were also included in the South Ossetia Autonomous Oblast, planting the seed of future conflict. Despite a rocky start, Georgians and Ossetians lived in peace during the Soviet era, unlike their Abkhaz counterparts. Things got shaky again, however, in 1989 when the Ossetians asked for an upgrade from an autonomous oblast to an autonomous republic, which the Georgians refused. As such, South Ossetia declared full sovereignty as a part of the USSR. In December 1990, the Georgian government declared a state of emergency in the region and started sending in the National Guard to restore peace. The fighting escalated in the early months of 1991 when Russia got involved, but later dwindled into small scattered fights and a blockade from the Georgian side. Ultimately, in 1992, due to escalating conflict in Abkhazia, the Georgians had no time to deal with Ossetia and agreed to a ceasefire. The ceasefire left Ossetia divided into areas controlled by Georgia and the unrecognized government of South Ossetia. The Georgians, Russians, and Ossetians also created a joint control commission to enforce peace in the region. Things got heated again when Georgia's government became more and more pro-European since 2003, and conflict broke out in 2008, also known as the Russian-Georgian War. Many in the international community viewed this conflict as an act of Russian aggression because it involved Russia aiding the unrecognized South Ossetia and Abkhazia in fighting Georgia. If you watched the previous video, you will know that Russia recognized Abkhazia and South Ossetia shortly after the war. As such, Georgia also severed diplomatic relations with Russia. South Ossetia and Russia have gotten closer and closer after this conflict though, and while many in the international community view South Ossetia as a Russian-occupied Georgian territory, the Ossetians have always maintained their intention to stay independent. However, with more and more collaboration agreements signed between South Ossetia and Russia, it is hard to say whether South Ossetia will be annexed later. Relations with Georgia have not improved as well. We can only see how it all plays out in the future. If you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to be notified every time we put out a new video. If you want to learn more about this topic, there are links in the description. Thanks for watching.